Hey, so I'm sitting down for my breakfast. I always eat breakfast, and my breakfast has more or less been the same ever since I was a kid. I'm 43 years old now, and I've been doing this since as far as I could remember, really. But I'm going to tell you something which I have not done before, and it's going to be quite a different and exciting chapter for me. And that is, I am going to start a new newsroom on food reporting in the Klang Valley, and the newsroom will aim to help Klang Valley residents and Malaysians in general to eat better now and forever. And so basically, I am looking at improving the food literacy of Klang Valley residents, and also making our food systems more sustainable and affordable, and more better for our people. And what does food literacy means? Well, basically it means having the knowledge, skills, and confidence to understand our meals, to prepare our meals, everything from the planning of it to the managing of our meals, over the week, across the day, and to preparing it, buying the materials, buying the ingredients, buying what we need, having the utensils, to cooking it, of course, making the meal, and then finally enjoying it, and eating in a way that gives us the nutrition that we need, and it makes us happy, because a good meal is something that is nutritious, something that we can afford, and something that makes us happy. Right, that we identify with it. It's kind of no point if I can afford the meal, I cooked it, it's nutritious, it's delicious, but for whatever reason I just don't like it, I don't identify with it. So then we wouldn't say that that you have good food literacy, or that the food systems is working for you. Right, you might be stuck in a place where the only food you can afford or you could make is something that you really, really dislike, even if it's nutritious, right? Because we know food or eating is a lot more than just putting, nutrients into our mouth and into our digestive system and out the other way. It's a lot in the mind. It's a lot in the smell. It's a lot in how we feel about it or feel for it, right? So anyway, so I want to establish a newsroom that addresses all of that. Why? Well, maybe I should start eating, or at least take a sip of my coffee first. I've been a journalist since I was 31 years old, so that's about 12 years now. This is my 12th year of my journalism career. Before that, I was a researcher. I researched in ecology, then I switched out of the academia to try a career as a science communicator, and then as a journalist, and so here I am. In the last 6 years, I co-founded an environmental newsroom called Makaranga with my friend Wong Siolin. And it's an environmental newsroom that focuses on the Malaysian environment. So in the last 6 years, we have produced, I would say we can be proud of what we have produced. We have trained new journalists, we have produced stories that have won awards, that have stopped illegal projects, that have been used by environmental groups as training materials. And I would say we are quite well respected by the stakeholders in the environment and sustainability fields. And so but one thing we have not succeeded in doing, which I really, really wanted to do, and so did Silin, was to get our readers to pay us a lot more. So in that aspect, we have partially succeeded or partially failed, depending on how you want to look at it. So to be fully sustained by our reader revenue, we would need to quadruple our membership revenue. I think I'm quite idealistic in that way, and I want to give that approach another go, another attempt. And so over the last 10 months, I was away from Makaranga, and I spent time at Harvard University in the States on a fellowship, the Nieman Fellowship for Journalism. And during the time, I enjoyed life, but I also thought a lot about this newsroom, this food journalism newsroom, and how do I want to go about doing it. But the key point, the key goal really on whether I can get this food journalism newsroom to be sustained by reader revenue or user revenue, it might not be readers really, is that whether the newsroom can provide a product or service that gives the user so much utility, so much practical value, or I guess emotional value, that the user happily, eagerly say, hey, here, take my money, I'm going to pay you, like 10 ringgit or 15 ringgit every month, and then we get, hundreds or thousands of those users, and then we will be good. So that's the real challenge, coming up with a product or service that provides this utility that people want to pay for. And so that's my challenge. And I'm over the next few months, first thing is I need to find a job, a side income, while I lay the foundation for this new newsroom. Of course, one way is to look for a grant to build this newsroom, or look for people who are willing to give us a big chunk of money. Well, I said us, but currently it's just me. A big chunk of money to recruit people and build the foundation for this newsroom and get us going for like the first 2 years. But they're not the first people. I don't know. What I want to do over the next few months is really to speak to different stakeholders in the food systems in Klang Valley to get a much better idea of the landscape. Stakeholders would be everyone from the government officers to, say, researchers, to the industry, and then of course the farmers, the fishers, people who manage livestock, to people who trade food, the marketplace, and then to even chefs, and then to the people who eat them, you, me, to researchers, right? The nutritionists, the dietitians, the food scientists, all of them. And of course, the most important person really would be, well, frankly, I do not know who my actual target user is, but I need to find this target user, right? And find their specific, all these people that I talk to, they will have their own concerns about food systems and food literacy of Klang Valley. They will have, their own problems that they wish to solve, their own needs, and I have to figure out whose problem I want to solve in a way that gives me confidence that I can provide that practical value that they will pay for. And of course, it also has to make me happy. And so we'll do it a newsroom way, following journalism ethics. So yeah, one thing I can tell you I don't want to do is I don't want to do restaurant reviews. There are a lot of people doing that already. So that's that. I'm happy to share it with you. This idea that I have, this plan that I have, I want to put it out there in the world already. If you're interested in any way in this newsroom, this project that I've just described, please reach out to me. You can find my website in the link. All right, I think finally I'm going to get to eat my breakfast. The coffee is still warm. This is not Boston in winter, so it doesn't get cold so quickly. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. And today I'm going to read about research on breakfast. So apparently, scientists don't all agree that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But according to a survey done, I think, 10 years ago now, almost 90% of Malaysians eat breakfast. So I'd like to look into that. All right, see you around.